everyone, Namaste and welcome back. Hope you all are at the best of your spirits. Those who don't know me, my name is Shweta and I upload videos here on homemaking, cooking, styling, etc. on every Monday and Thursday at 5 pm. Well, I'm really sorry for not being able to upload a video yesterday. My mind and body were screaming for some me time. After a month full of hustle and tensions, I needed that break. I even tried to push myself yesterday to finish the voiceover as that was the only part that was left for me and the rest all was done. But there was a huge fight between the black Shweta and white Shweta and at last I didn't do anything. Anyhow, coming back to the video, this is the continuation of the previous vlog in which I showed my morning to evening routine. If you haven't watched it, then the link is in the description box. Please check and do watch it. In that video, I mentioned that today my sister-in-law's husband, who happens to be my cousin brother also, is coming for dinner and a sleepover, and here I am prepping for it. We aren't supposed to eat rice in the night for the coming 3 days as Samir will be performing the rituals. So when I asked my brother what he wants to eat, he said to cook the same as we eat for him too. So I plan to prepare chapatis for everyone as that would keep us full for a longer period of time. And to go with it, I would be making aloo tomato sabzi. In today's recipes, I wouldn't be using onion and garlic for obvious reasons. We shouldn't be eating them during these days. I don't know why, but the elders say, so we follow. I first started off with preparing the dough. My mother-in-law used to say that the correct indication that a dough is made perfectly is when it doesn't stick to the vessel and your hands. So kneading the dough properly is the key. She was a pro at kneading and I am good at rolling the chapatis. Anyhow, the dough is kneaded and I covered it with a wet cloth here to keep the dough moist, and while I finish all the other works, the dough would have rested well. Here I have taken all the required veggies into a basket and I have washed them thoroughly, and I am keeping the water to boil in a small vessel and took out pressure cooker for preparing the curry. Along with aloo tomato sabzi, I am also going to prepare Hara Bhara Kabab as a starter, for which I need palak, and that's why to blanch palak I have kept the water to boil. It is said that we should not directly boil the palak in water, else it will lose all its nutrients into the water and we will be left with nothing but palak flesh. So, the correct way to blanch palak is to put it into rolling boiling water and let it simmer for 3 to 4 minutes and remove it and strain the water. That water can be used to knead the dough too. This way the nutrients will stay intact. Here the water have come to a boil, so I added a bunch of palak to it and allowing it to cook for 3 minutes. Meanwhile, the pressure cooker is also hot and simultaneously I am adding the tadka for the curry too. To a tablespoon of oil, I added chana dal, urad dal, mustard seeds, jeera, dry red chilies and some hing along with curry leaves. I have taken 2 tomatoes and fine chopped them along with some green chilies which I have slit into halves. I don't add red chili powder to this curry. Green chilies alone can give that taste to it. After adding the slit green chilies to it, when they splatter, I have added the fine chopped tomatoes too, and once they have cooked, I have added frozen mutton. You can add fresh ones too, but I did not have them. Usually in winters we do get very fresh vegetables, but somehow this winter's disappointed me a lot. I waited for spring onions a lot and somehow I did not find them properly. They were not nice, and this winter I was very much disappointed with green leafy vegetables. Anyhow, the palak was also done and I have strained them into a strainer and I have removed the hot water so that they don't wilt down even more. And while that cools down, let's come back to the aloo tomato sabzi here. The tomatoes and mutton have cooked well, and to this I have added diced potatoes. I have added little water, salt, haldi and pressure cooked it for 3 whistles. In the meanwhile, I am cleaning the countertop. Yes, clean as you go is the key. I have washed and kept the coriander leaves aside. So to the blanched palak, I've added the coriander leaves. Now I'm taking a handful of frozen peas. Along with it, I've also taken some boiled chana. I always have boiled chana in my refrigerator as a part of my meal prep. These are frozen chana, boiled and frozen chana. So I've taken a handful of them too, and I've washed them thoroughly as they are frozen and they need to get back to room temperature. So along with the blanched palak, coriander leaves and matar and chana, I'm adding them to my electric chopper and I'm coarsely grinding them. The texture here plays a very important role. We have to coarsely grind them. They should not be made as a paste, else the kebab will lose its taste. There should be a crunch to the kebab which comes with the chole or the chickpeas that we added. So for that we need to grind it coarsely, like I show on the screen. Now for spices, I am adding some salt, haldi, coriander powder, red chili powder. Just a pinch of red chili powder is enough just for that color. To this, I am mixing well and I am adding 1 to 2 tablespoons of rice flour. The amount of rice flour depends on the consistency of the chickpeas and palak puree that mixture that you have made. To that, I have added grated ginger too. Grated ginger adds a very good taste to it. If on a regular day, you can add fine chopped onions and garlic to it too, and that will taste amazing. Now I am going to air fry them. My brother is very health conscious. He actually does not eat anything from the morning. He only lives on salads in the morning, and in the night he has a proper diet, just the reverse of what I do at my home. I take food in the morning, I take proper diet in the morning, and from afternoon onwards I just skip all the meals. I start my fasting period then, and he is the opposite of that. Well, for him it is very important of how much oil he consumes, so I'm going to air fry it with just 2 to 3 drops of oil brushed on them. So I've formed them into kebabs and I'm going to air fry them at 180 degrees for 20 minutes, and that should be fine. While this is getting done, the pressure cooker has also released its pressure and the curry is done. Usually we add a bit of besan to this, but my brother likes it in a very liquidy consistency. So I've added some water to it, and please don't forget to add grated ginger at this point. This gives a beautiful taste to it. It enhances the flavor of this curry to another level. I've garnished it with some coriander and that's it, the curry is done. And yes, to go with Hara Bhara kebabs, I'm going to make green chutney here. For green chutney, I'm only going to make it with coriander leaves. There is no mint leaves added to this. For coriander, I've taken a bunch of coriander leaves. I've added some black salt, some normal salt, some ginger cubes, and to this I've added 2 to 3 tablespoons of curd, and I'm grinding it into a smooth paste. Don't forget to add jeera too. Roasted jeera adds a very good flavor to this. If you don't have roasted jeera, you can add normal jeera too, but jeera is a must. So yes, green chutney is done. This is going to stay fresh in your refrigerator for 1 week, and if you store them in freezer as cubes, they are going to last you for 6 months, no doubt. But yes, if you prepare it in large batches, I would suggest to go for that method, else it is not necessary. And the kebabs are done here. Check them out, they are so beautiful. The taste is very nice. My brother was saying that they could have been much more better if garlic and onions were added. So yes, I'm also sharing the proper feedback with you. And I have kept another batch for frying too. And in the meanwhile, we are taking out the return gifts that we were planning to give for the guests when they come for the yearly ceremony. These are printed silver foil sheets and they come with laminate. On this, there are printed Lalita Sahasranamam, Vishnu Sahasranamam, Hanuman Chalisa, Rama Raksha Stotram, which are already printed and they are ready to just deliver. They are in both Telugu and English languages. We have taken Hanuman Chalisa print, and these are sold by my sister-in-law. She actually resells them she takes them from the manufacturers and she resells them. So these are a very good option for return gifts for small events like, thread ceremony or any small events or a get together party too. So if you're interested, I'll be giving her contact details in the description box, so do check. And she is also into jewelry and sari business, and her business name is Sriram Collections, and the contact number is given in the description box. Please do check and contact her for further details. So yes, the second round of kebabs are also done, and that was too early to prepare the rotis because my brother didn't even come till then. So by the time he came, I asked him what he would want to eat, and he said that rather than chapatis, go for pulkas, Shweta. So here I've started making pulkas. I've also put the curry to reheat again. When I do this, I remember I really recall my mother a lot. She also used to do the same. She used to prepare the curries and everything beforehand, and when the guests used to arrive, she used to reheat them on the last burner. And while that is happening, we used to prepare all the dosas or chutneys or whatever side dishes that we had to prepare to go along with those curries. We used to prepare them. So here I'm preparing the balls of the dough. My brother asked for pulkas, so first I'll be preparing the pulkas, and then I'll start preparing the chapatis. Last time when I made pulkas and I showed them on the channel on my video, in one of my video, many of you have commented me not to consume pulkas that are heated on gas. Guys, please don't go for myths. Don't see Instagram reels and fall for the myths. Check your facts. Validate them through Google or research on them. Actually, the reason for cancer releasing agents in burnt food is because of acrylamide. Acrylamide is the content that releases cancer related contents into the food. Now, acrylamide is released when you actually burn the food. When it is completely burned, then that content is released into the food, and that is why you should not consume it. When we are frying the pulkas on the gas, we are not burning them, and that too, when we consume that burnt food in larger amounts, is when that is going to harm us. So I don't think this is, and there is no proven scientific fact that, significantly proven scientific fact that this burnt pulkas made on gas flame are dangerous for our health. So please guys, validate your facts and don't blindly believe anything. I'm not asking you to believe me too. Check your facts, research on them, and then go for it. Take a decision. Don't nowadays Instagram reels are so hyped. My god, they are saying don't eat this, don't eat that, drinking water is harmful, drinking that is harmful, eating this is harmful. Oh god, in that case, breathing air is also harmful. So guys, please don't fall for all those myths. And yes, here the pulkas are done, and for the amount of pulkas that we consume, 2 to 3, it is not going to take our lives, trust me. Rather than asking to stop eating pulkas, don't go near alcohol and smoking. Those are the ones that will actually cause cancer, and you need to be away from them. Pulkas are really very harmless substances. You don't have to worry about them, and for the amount of food that we eat on a daily basis, performed on gas or whatever it is, you don't have to worry. So yes, here the plating is also done. Pulkas along with Hara Bhara kebab, curry and green chutney. And my brother likes a lot of salads, so I've added some salads to it like kheera, cucumber and onions also. And while I was doing, meanwhile Mika also came back from her tuition, and this is a usual ritual. Whenever I make chapatis, Mika stands beside me and fry them. Tanvi says that she also wants to help, but I'm really very fearful when when it comes to her, because she's a little clumsy and I fear that she might burn herself. So Mika is well practiced with this activity. She has been doing it from past 1.5 years. When she was of 7th class, she started doing it. So I am okay with her doing. She is very well acquainted with this job. And yes, while I was rolling the chapatis, she was frying them. And yes, this was the video in all together. after this I went back to that house and I had much more to do there too, because the next 3 days were very jam packed for me. I know many of you are waiting for Q&A video and home tour video and kitchen tour video. All are lined up, and trust me, they will be coming along. The next 2 videos will be of Tirupati vlogs. And guys, just give me one feedback. Do you guys want English videos? Because I am putting a lot of energy into making the script of English videos too, and I am not seeing much outputs with this video. So do let me know if you want these videos or not, so that I can go ahead and prepare. Otherwise, I would like to put a full stop to it and just continue with my Telugu ones. This takes a lot of hard work. I hope you all can understand why I am asking this, or else give me a suggestion as to what to do with English viewers too. Because seriously, there is the amount of hard work I am putting into it, the outcome is not the same. So yes, with this we come to the end of this video. Hope you all liked this video. If yes, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you all soon with a new one. Until then, take care. Bye bye.